This is the ENGWE M20, a dual suspension fat tyre e-bike, and I think you'll agree it looks very cool indeed. I'm Andy Kirby, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be testing this bad boy out. So the model we're looking at today is the 13 amp hour single battery version. So you can see it's got one battery here. There is actually a 2 battery version which has another battery up the top for 26 amp hour for a bit extra range. The paint colour on this is black. It actually looks a little bit more like sort of an anthracite, but the sort of detailing bits like the lights and the wheels and the saddle are actually black. But it's a really nice colour actually. You can see the sort of metallic look as it's sort of directly in the sunshine here. So I mentioned it's dual suspension as well. So we've got triple crown forks at the front and a rear suspension shock absorber at the back as well. So the whole back sort of swing arm kind of, is completely suspended, which is really nice. It's got these really distinctive LED daytime running lights at the front as well, and the centre obviously lights up for your main sort of headlights. It's got disc brakes, they're not hydraulic unfortunately, but it does make them a bit easier to service being cable. Nice simple display and control buttons on the handlebars for adjusting pedal assist levels like that. You've also got a rear tail light and brake light as well. So it's a lovely day, let's get out for a ride. Look at this guys, you can't get much more autumnal than this. There's leaves falling. It's a lovely time of year and there hasn't been a lot of rain, so it's quite dry for riding, which I quite like. So I'm in pedal assist level 1 here. I'm just going to pull away. I've obviously got my gears. I'm in the highest gear here, gear number 1. You've got 7 gears on this, and yeah, nice bit of assistance, easily taking me up this hill. Probably on level 1. It's you probably need to come down on the gears actually a little bit, because that's pulling quite hard. So I really like the seating position of this bike, because I'm sort of 6 foot something, 2. It's actually quite comfortable, so I can have my arms quite out and it feels kind of like a bit choppery. Some of these kind of Chinese bikes do tend to be a bit small. I've had some of these like motorcycle or moped style bikes before, and they've been quite kind of crunched up, so it's refreshing to see that they're kind of making more of an extended frame. Maybe, I don't know, I have to measure. I don't know how long it is compared to the other bikes. It might be the hat to do the handlebars actually. All right, let's just get through here. Oh yeah, it might actually be because you've got the handlebars kind of like pushed forward a little bit on that, but it's very smooth. Now I've actually had a couple of these bikes sent to me recently, and one unfortunately was stolen, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, so they're quite, they seem to be quite desirable, probably due to their looks. But so I've had a good chance. In other words, I've had a good chance to kind of give them a real test. I think I'll probably put about 200 miles or something like that on the other one. So yeah, I've learned quite a lot about them. And you'd think, oh yeah, it's just another e-bike, but they're all subtly different. They all feel different in different ways. But I like the suspension on this. It really does make this sort of riding just an absolute pleasure. You're not bouncing around like on some of them. If you've got a hardtail one of these, you're bouncing around on that rear tyre, and it does get a little bit annoying after a while. But yeah, they're doing some filming over here. I think they've got some sort of filming going on at the moment. I'm not sure what it's for, but it seems like a pretty big production, because they've got a lot of cranes and stuff, and a lot of people floating around. It doesn't look like it's meant to have started today, but it doesn't look like much is happening. Anyway, we'll get on with our ride. So as you can see, I've not even come out of pedal assist level 1 here, and it's absolutely perfect for this sort of riding. A little bit of effort put in, but the rest of it is obviously electrically propelled. Just a really nice ride. So as I was saying, there is another version of this bike which has got 2 batteries, and there's some sort of lighting rig thing there. Yeah, so there's another version of this bike with 2 batteries, and the other battery goes here. Obviously it makes it a little bit more heavier, but it does obviously give you a bit more range. I mean, in theory it should be double the range, but I didn't really find that was the case. But this one has got this kind of nice carry box thing that they give you, which you can put your phone and all sorts of other stuff in as well. So that's a nice little touch for the one that hasn't got the extra battery. So yeah, this is one of my normal rides, and I tell you what, this thing just handles it absolutely brilliantly. Normally I'd kind of ride something like full suspension, a bit more mountain bike kind of orientated, but this thing actually can handle it. That's the great thing, because it's got the sort of dual suspension. Look, I know the suspension quality is probably not, you know, absolutely brilliant, because this bike is about, I don't know, £1,000 retail, something like that. So, you know, the suspension's not going to be the same as my, you know, Fox 36 equipped e-bike, but you know what, it's totally rideable, and it's very practical for getting from one place to the other. Really, really nice. So we're on an incline now. Battery levels lost 1 bar, as you'd expect. I did notice that this battery gauge on these bikes did tend to sort of drop a little bit faster than some of the others. I don't know how, you know, accurate that really is, but I've successfully completed a battery, and when it gets down to the lower part of the battery, it does tend to go on for quite a while, but you do lose a lot of performance. So I'd say that the battery gauge probably is fairly correct, but yeah, this is not the biggest battery in the world, so you've got to bear in mind that, you know, that is the case, and you're not going to be able to go, you know, 30 miles or something like that, I doubt, unless you left it in kind of pedal assist 1 and just really just pedalled and put in half the power really. Oh, how lovely is this? So right up here we've got a little kind of incline here, which I kind of usually use to sort of test bikes and see what they're sort of capable of. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do this from right at the bottom of the hill, but we should be able to do it from sort of this level once the motor kicks in. It didn't even kick in, but yeah, no, so you know, it made it up that little kind of slight hill there. Let's try it again. Look at the amount of leaves we've got here. Absolutely no problem at all going up that. As I found getting up the hill to get to this place on the road, you know, it didn't really drop any speed at all. It was absolutely fine, even with my fat butt on it. These are a lot of fun though. definitely a lot of fun, this little bike. And just looking back at the drone footage from through the woods and stuff there, like you could see the rear suspension kind of working, so it's definitely doing its job there. It's a really smooth ride. So all in all, I think this bike's pretty good. It could do with a bigger battery. I don't think 2 batteries is the way to go on this. I know they've got that split battery system on the that you can opt for, but I think a bigger battery. Maybe I'll have to stick one of our 60 volt Kirbebike batteries in there. That controller will handle 60 volts, no problem. That would rip. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you've enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, do the usual stuff. Links to this bike are down below in the description, and I'll catch you next time.